We've got something interesting to show you. I'm with Hal Weathers of Edward Jones, and he picked up a couple of historical articles we want to share with you. Hal, welcome, and tell us a little bit about what you got.
Well, thank you. What I have here, if you see this, I have the Harper's Weekly from 1862, and I have the New York Herald, also from 1862. We have known this history about St. Mary's has been around, but we just couldn't find it anywhere. The cover of Harper's Weekly, dated February 1st, 1862, talks about a schooner that was destroyed by the gunboats of the Alabama right off Cumberland Island. The other newspaper that I found in New York, I did this on the internet. It's the New York Herald, dated November 23rd, 1862, and the title of it is "The Destruction of St. Mary's, Georgia," and it talks about the gunboat Mohawk that came right up here to our downtown area and was bombing and destroying the city. The interesting thing about the article is the women of the town come out and confront the gunboat. They had a flag of truce, so the captain stopped firing on St. Mary's and listened to the women, and they pleaded with them not to continue to fire. While they're doing that, their husbands or sons or whomever, the Confederate soldiers, went around the town to get a better viewpoint to fire at the gunboat. Well, that really upset the captain, so for an hour and a half, he continued bombing and shelling the city. But the women were invited to come aboard the Mohawk for safety, and they declined. They said no, they wanted to stay here aboard ship. Aboard on the land, and they went in this house. And the captain of the gunboat said, okay, just do not fire on the house that has the women and kids in it. And the article says that when they left, all the houses were on fire because they also sent troops over here to torch the town after the shelling had ended. And it says that the city was destroyed, but we know that's really not true because we got houses that predate 1862 down there. But when they left, everything was attempted to be destroyed. The town people then got together and saved what they could save.
Again, it's the power of the press, passing along a falsism of, destroying something that really wasn't completely destroyed.
Right. It's just a neat part of St. Mary's history that we had known about because people downtown find relics of they'll find shot and bullets and that kind of thing. We just didn't have the facts of what actually happened. Mm-hmm. And the map is very interesting because there's certain things on there that we think we know where some of the titles are. We're just not sure.
Right. Now, how did you come about it? You said you found it on the web.
Yeah, I'm a history buff, so I was on the internet, just messed around some historical websites, and found these and contacted the guys that had them. This one came from New Hampshire. Harper's Weekly came from New Hampshire, and that one came from I forgot the exact title of the store, but it's like a rare newspaper and bookstore in New York, mm-hmm. and they had it. And I contacted the seller and told him I'd like to purchase it, and we came up with a price, and I bought them and put them in my office.
Well, I thought that you might donate them to somebody one day. That's just me thinking. I don't know.
I probably will. If my kids don't want them, then I certainly will probably donate them to the Bryan Lang Library or the City of St. Mary's or something.
Right. Now, you said you're a history buff, and what are some of the other things that you've discovered? Not necessarily about St. Mary's, but just interesting things.
Oh, well, there's a number of things. There's another gentleman on another website that I found. He had 19 cannonballs from a battle in Savannah, and he was in North Georgia. I found those on eBay, and I was wanting to buy those, but the bid got too high, and I was a little bit scared of the shipping costs of having to ship 17 cannonballs.
I'm sure that would run up possibly more than what they would cost on shipping.
Another thing I'm looking for that I haven't been able to find is there's a lot of bottles in Georgia, pharmacy bottles or off-brand cola bottles,
right.
And they've got a lot of small South Georgia towns, but I haven't been able to find a St. Mary's bottle of any kind that was actually has St. Mary's on the bottle like some other towns have.
Right.
It's got to be out there because the city's so old. There's smaller towns than us. Like Pelham has a number of bottles that they have.
Sure. So you think there is maybe some surviving bottles that was manufactured here or produced here and distributed?
I'm sure there is. Just that they were probably we have such a vast waterway. Mm-hmm. A lot of these things were either dumped on the side. From the old timers that live here, they told me that a lot of our local merchants just threw everything in the river. Not being a scuba diver, I'm sure that they're there. I just don't know how to get to them.
Well, would you consider taking up lessons for scuba diving to go see if you could find something?
Right. I've got some clients that actually do that. They found a lot of stuff, but they won't part with it.
I can understand.
They hoard everything.
I can understand that. Well, speaking of your clients, time for your shameless plug to tell everybody about you and what you do.
Oh, I won't be shameless. I do financial advisor. If you ever need us, if you can ever help you with your retirement planning, your kids' college funding, any type of finance, we can certainly help.
All right. Hal Weathers, Edward Jones in St. Mary's. Interesting stuff. Stay with us. More coming up on TV Camden.